Luffy can eat enough to feed an entire giant village. Just how much can Luffy actually eat? Let's find out in today's episode of
Slack versus Reality.
My initial gut feeling is telling me Luffy eats a year's worth of food in a single session, or over 600,000 calories in one sitting. However, let's take a look at what others have said. Initial look online shows that Luffy eats 20 to 30,000 calories a day. Let's look at another source.
Have you ever wondered how much food Luffy actually eats in one day? I tried to figure out the real answer to this, but there's really no specific amount of food stated that he eats. However, we've seen him eat giant portions, entire tables full of food. So from here, I can estimate how many calories Luffy consumes in a day. And I think, based on the portions we see Luffy eat, he is eating 30,000 to 50,000 calories a day. No joke. A normal human eats 2,000 to 2,500 calories.
As we can see, the claim is Luffy eats 20 to 30,000 calories a day. Some estimates up to 60 calories a day. However, I believe he eats a lot more than that. So, let's get into the math. Luffy's favorite food is his iconic meat on the bone. On the smaller scale, each meat on the bone is roughly 8 inches long with 3 pounds of meat. And at 2,000 calories per pound of meat on average, that means each meal on the bone is 6,000 calories. But as we all know, Luffy does not eat a single meat on a bone. He eats a lot of meats on a bone. So let's take a closer look at one example of his meals. Here we can see him mid-fight eating a pile of food. Let's look closer. For this meal, we saw Luffy eating 3 massive drumsticks and 2 large bags full of fruit, with each drumstick coming out 50 pounds and each bag of fruit at 70 pounds. That is a grand total of 333,600 calories. That's nearly half a year's supply of food in one sitting. In fact, the story coincides with our findings. While Spoa was smuggling Luffy to Impel Down, she was aboard a Navy vessel, and she asked the crewmen to bring her at least 100 kilograms of food. Later on, she elaborates that she'll need this meal 5 times a day. That means, canonically, Luffy eats over 400,000 calories a day. With those 2 pieces of evidence, it is safe to assume that Luffy eats over 400,000 calories. Therefore, this question is slacked. If you have a question that you want answered, put it in the comments, and it may be featured on the next
Slack versus Reality.
Until then, have a good rest of your day, and I'll see ya. And if you want to become a researcher, make sure you like, subscribe, and share with your friends. This program was made possible by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.